Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Demo Day Series webinar, where today we'll be showcasing our Provider Lifecycle Management solution for healthcare payers. I'm Taylor Morris, a marketing specialist here at Imperium Dynamics, and joining me today is Imad Ali.
Hi everyone, thank you Taylor for the introduction. I work here as part of the product team at Imperium Dynamics and really excited to bring you our provider lifecycle solution today.
If you are new and joining us here today, we are Imperium Dynamics, a proud Microsoft partner based in downtown Chicago, dedicated to bringing your vision to life with the Microsoft stack. We help organizations of all sizes achieve digital transformation by solving complex problems and delivering long-lasting impact through the Microsoft Cloud solutions with a focus on increasing both the capabilities of people and the performance of businesses. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. This session is being recorded, and after the webinar is over, you can access the recording via our website, so feel free to revisit it or share with your colleagues. There will be a Q&A session at the end, so please feel free to submit your questions throughout the presentation using the Q&A chat feature, and we will address as many as possible. We will also be sharing a copy of today's slide deck after the session via our website in the webinar page, so you don't have to worry about taking any detailed notes. Here is a quick overview of our agenda, where we will be discussing challenges healthcare payers currently face, provider lifecycle management solution features, a live demo, and a Q&A. Some current gaps are disjointed systems which occur when people separate tools for sales, marketing, and customer service, creating silos leading to disconnected workflows and poor data sharing. These disconnected platforms slow down recruitment, onboarding, and management providers. Also, limited visibility prevents stakeholders from seeing provider performance metrics or lifecycle stages clearly. Some current challenges we face are in the industry include manual and redundant processes, compliance challenges, and fragmented communication. Inefficient coordination, lack of audit trails, and poor handoff processes between teams delay time to market, complicate compliance management, and hinder contract execution and credentialing. Now, how does this negatively impact your business? To start off, inefficiencies in onboarding and contacting delay provider deployment into networks, and these manual processes raise operational costs and strain resources. Inconsistent insights, missed opportunities, suboptimal provider experience, regulatory and compliance risks are all additional and negative effects that can impact your business. Imad will now introduce our provider lifecycle management and its solution features.
Yep. Really great overview by Taylor there of all the business aspects, the gaps and the challenges. But now I really want to dive into the actual features that users that use the Imperium Provider Lifecycle Management get, right? There's a centralized provider form to enable recruitment seamlessly for providers, automated workflows because we want to reduce the time it takes on manual processes as well as reduce the errors it takes. So we don't want human errors to affect our process. That's why using the powerful automation that's present inside the Microsoft platform, we have automated workflows, right? Then we have a powerful AI-powered chatbot, which interacts with the contracts that are shared. So instead of having to go through lengthy contracts and reading all of them and making sure all of it is coherent and makes sense, what you can do is just ask the chatbot that has access to the document, and it can read the document and it can tell you about any clause or any piece of information that you want to know about. Um, then, in terms of the provider facing aspect of our app, we have a secure portal for managing credentials. So, as an insurance company, when you're onboarding a provider or a provider organization, you want an interface where they can basically have their like a portal where they can enter their credentials, update their information. Um, Furthermore, there are dashboards that have key metrics and actionable KPIs, so that you have an overview of your business, of your recruitment, and you're able to see what aspects are covered, where you are lacking, and you're able to adjust your strategy in real time to keep up with the market and not have any losses. And then finally, there are automated emails that alert everyone to keep them in the loop so that they don't miss out on anything, right? So that's an overview of the features of the Imperium Provider Lifecycle Management. But now I'm going to move on into the demo. So give me a second to share my screen now. All right. Okay. So this is the Imperium Provider Lifecycle Management model-driven app. It's built on top of Dynamic Sales Hub. So customer people that are already using companies that are already using dynamic sales, this would just be an easy add-on for them, not very different from the current functionality that they have, and very easy to use. So we begin our process by the way that we usually do in sales, that is by getting leads. So we could be getting leads from a multitude of sources, whether that be email outreach or our website or any other form of marketing. So once we have a lead inside the system, then we can view the details of the lead, its key information, whether or not it seems like this is a good partner to onboard into our insurance network, and it's gonna help the patients that use our network, right? And then once we are sure that this seems like a good lead and partnering with them would be good, what we can do is we can qualify the lead into an opportunity with the out of the box process, right? So um, now that the lead is qualified and is an opportunity, you can share like a contract. So a contract is something that's going to contain all the details between that's about like the agreement between the insurance company and the provider network, right? Like making contracts is super easy with our templates. You can always add new templates just so that every time you make a new contract, you don't need to like add in all the new details, and you can just simply choose a template, right? So once you have made your contract, right, using our template, all of the data is pre-populated. You can change it however you want to, um, and then once you're like done with the creation of of the contract, you want to make sure that all of the information is correct, and you just want someone to review it before you send it out, right? So maybe your manager or one of your senior colleagues that you want to send it to, so that they can review it and make sure all of it is coherent. So what you can do is utilize our send for internal review feature over there. So when you click on the when you set someone in the internal review and send it for internal review, what that does is it's gonna send that user an email with the link to this record. So they'll be able to come onto here, and they'll be able to review the whole contract, make sure everything is correct, make changes where needed, and then once that's done, you can move out of the internal review stage and into the external review. So external review is basically when you are sharing this contract with with the healthcare organization that you are in talks with. So quite simply, you can click on the send for external review, and that would then send them the contract as well as the URL of the portal where they'll be logging in to see and review the contract, and they'll be able to see all the different details. They will also get a redeem code, which they can use to create an account on the portal, right? Since it's all an authenticated experience, right? Um, so this is kind of a very basic start from getting your leads initially to qualifying them into an opportunity, and then sending out a contract to take things further, right? And then from that part, I think now I would like to move on to our portal, which is the provider facing portal, right? So this is where providers or the provider organizations will be logging in once they receive that email for the external review. So they could use the redeem invitation functionality, which is again an out of the box functionality, um, and they'll be able to set their username and password and sign in. So very similar to how I just signed in. So this is the main dashboard. You can view the details of the practitioners, create a new practitioner, that would mean onboard someone to the insurance network, right? And then you can also view the assigned contracts. So let me go to the assigned contracts page. And over here I can see I have two contracts assigned to me for review, right? And inside the portal, I can view the PDF of the contract. I have a bunch of different options to help me in my review process as a provider or a provider representative, right? I can zoom in to make it more readable, um, add comments, annotate, right? Add text where I feel there is some review needed, right? Really go through all of it, make sure all of it looks correct. And once I am done, then I can quite simply use the sign off feature to which is basically integrated with DocuSign or Adobe Sign, and that would then electronically sign the contract in an authenticated way and update the contract inside the Model Driven app, so that the insurance company representative is also able to view it, right? So this is how it's all connected. And then once a contract is signed, negotiations are done, then we can start the process of the practitioner onboarding. So let's say there is a provider organization or a hospital that has 100 practitioners that are working there in different specialties. Now, in the insurance network, we want to make sure that everyone that is onboarded meets our qualifications, and so that not like we just so that our insurance network is the best of the best and our patients receive the best care. So you can onboard practitioners by putting in their information and their credentials, so that it is made sure that they are qualified to be part of the insurance network, right? So that process can be either done like one by one, or it could be just done in a quick form using the import upload via Excel, right? So if you have your data in an Excel format, you could quite simply just download the template, paste your data in, and upload it, and that would just do a bulk upload, saving you like a bunch of time. Um, and in this way, now we have the providers onboarded into our system, and this is now like a complete process from end to end, getting a lead, qualifying it into an opportunity, sending out a contract, the contract management part, the internal and external reviews, the signing off, and then finally the practitioner onboarding, right? Similarly, we also do have assigned tasks. So task is something that Dynamics users would be very familiar with. So from the model driven app, you can assign a task to the person that is viewing the portal. So telling them to maybe submit provider credentials as a reminder, or approve the contract, please review the assigned contract, right? um, so this is again one out of the box feature of Dynamics that we are utilizing, since this whole solution is built on top of Dynamics and is completely can be integrated very easily with Dynamics. And then once we have all of our data, accumulated, our practitioners onboarded, then we can go into our dashboard and view our key metrics, because we want to make sure that all of our information that we're like seeing is accurate, and we're able to take good decisions based on the data that the live data that we're viewing, right? So for example, over here I have a chart that gives me the count of practitioners by specialty. So let's say bariatric surgery is one specialty, and then a pharmacist is another one, right? So it seems like I have two of each, right? If let's say one was way more than the other, then I would know that this is the area that we're lacking in. And if you don't have enough pharmacists, maybe the patients that are using our insurance plan will face some difficulty. So we want to improve our recruitment process in a way that we tackle this issue. So that is like a good feature to have in terms of having a dashboard. Um, And then we have like a variety of other KPIs and metrics such as the conversion rate over time, showing your performance on how your leads are like converting. If the conversion rate is going down, that means the leads you're getting are not good, or maybe there's something wrong in the process, the sales process, right? So all of it is very key information that is required for business decisions, and it's all available in our dashboard. Um, so yeah, I think I covered the end-to-end functionality pretty well on a high level, and although there are a lot more details I could dive into, but for an overview, I think this was a good place to start. And yep, I think now I'm going to hand it back to Taylor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rimad, for that demo. Here is a quick recap of the tools and features within Provider Lifecycle Management. Some of these tools for payers and healthcare providers include efficient provider networking, accurate provider data, streamlined provider data submission, and improved collaboration. We have now arrived at the Q&A section of this webinar, so please feel free to ask any questions and we can help answer those. Okay, the first question for you, Imad, is what makes this solution different from other provider management tools available on the market?
One thing that I have mentioned as well, and I like to reiterate, is that we are built in like on the Microsoft Power Platform, the Dynamics, and we are inside the Microsoft ecosystem. So, users that are already using the Microsoft Outlook, Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Dynamics, right? For them, it's a very good add-on into their current system. It's not going to be very different. Like it's not going to be another system that their users will have to use, and because when we have like too many different systems, it kind of becomes hard to use and all jumbled up. So having all of that in one place can really streamline, and that's something that I would say sets us apart. Yeah.
Okay, and the next question, how does the AI-powered chatbot enhance collaboration during contract negotiations?
Yeah. So contracts can be, lengthy and kind of boring, and you wanna like you don't want to read through all of them, but it is also important that you do, right. You don't want to miss out on any key information, and you want to make sure that the contract looks right and it doesn't have any loopholes or anything like that. So that's where I would say our AI-powered chatbot comes in. It can completely read the whole contract for you and summarize it for you in a way that you're able to see all the key points. You can ask any question about any clause of the contract, and it will be able to answer you within seconds. And I would say that's really something that um, enhances like user experience in terms of usability, in terms of like having to spend less time on redundant work such as reading long contracts. So that's something I would say the AI powered chatbot does really well.
Awesome. And what specific metrics or KPIs can payers track to measure the efficiency of their recruitment pipeline?
So in our dashboard, we have like the one I talked about was the provider specialty. So provider specialty is basically something that shows you how many providers you have per specialty. So if there is a particular specialty, let's say radiology, that I think I am lacking in, that's going to be reflected in my dashboard. So at a glance, I'm able to tell that hey, it seems like our insurance network is not covering enough radiologists, and it seems like people that use our insurance plan might face difficulty if they have something related to radiology come up, right? So when I'm able to see that in a dashboard at a glance, then I'm able to really make important decisions very quickly, to be able to tell my sales team that you guys need to focus more on like radiology practitioners or providers that specialize in radiology. So in that way, I am able to cover up my like the gaps in my business, and then Other key performance indicators would include like conversion rate over time. So let's say in February, I am having a really high conversion rate where leads. I get a lead and I'm able to convert it into an opportunity, sign a contract with them, onboard them into our insurance network, right? But then in March, it seems like there's something wrong, and what that graph is going to tell me is that something is not right, and in that way, I can like really go drill down deep into what's wrong and fix the core issue. So I would say these are some of the examples that the dashboard really like tells you at a glance. So that's why I would say it's really helpful and it's really powerful.
Okay, and how does the solution ensure data security during contract exchanges and approval workflows?
Hmm. So this solution is made on like the Microsoft ecosystem, which is secured and authenticated, right? And it is also HIPAA compliant as well as GDPR compliant. So it follows all the privacy guidelines. Um, and this system basically what it does is that every time a user accesses the system, they are going to be an authenticated user. So in that way, we make sure that non-authenticated users or anonymous users are not able to access sensitive data, and that is something I would say ensures data privacy and all of ticks all of those check boxes.
Great. And the last questions we'll be getting to, how does the solution evolve with changes in regulatory requirements or healthcare industry standards?
Hmm. Okay, it's kind of a tough question, but like I would say that over here at Imperium Dynamics, we strive to make our products better every day, right? The product team is always researching on what features we could add that would enhance our user experience, what's missing in our product. The technological team is always using the latest technologies and the latest tech to make sure that our product is up to date with what's going on in the world, right? One example I could give is of the AI powered chatbot that we have already talked about. So as we all know about the AI revolution, AI is being incorporated everywhere, and so we thought that what could be a great use case for AI in our solution, and one answer was that in terms of being able to read contracts really quickly and get answers about contracts, that's something that the AI could do really well and really help out the user that way. So that's one example of where we used like an emerging technology to make the user experience more easier or better, right? So and it's an iterative cycle, and we keep on improving our products. We try our best to release a new build every 6 months with newer features to make our users happier, and they can to get them more features that would enable them to use our app better. So that's something I would say that's how we do it at Imperial Dynamics here.
Okay, thank you for answering those questions for us, Imad. Here you will see some of the benefits when connecting our provider lifecycle management solution with your Dynamics 365 platform. These benefits include accelerated provider onboarding, when automating processes to onboard healthcare providers quickly and launch services faster. Cost efficiency when automating tasks to cut administrative costs and focus resources on strategic priorities. Improve compliance and accuracy, including standardized workflows, reducing errors, and ensuring regulatory compliance with every contract. Enhance collaboration, streamlining secure communication for smooth contract negotiations and credential submissions. And data driven decision making, using real time dashboards to optimize recruitment strategies and improve conversion rates. Thank you so much for joining our Provider Lifecycle Management Demo Day webinar. In this webinar, we've explored Provider Lifecycle Management, a game-changing solution that simplifies the complex process of recruiting, contracting, and onboarding healthcare providers and practitioners. Built on Microsoft Dynamics Sales Hub, this comprehensive solution allows insurance companies to efficiently manage the entire provider lifecycle, from lead generation to contract execution and practitioner credentialing. By automating these processes, the solution enhances collaboration, reduces administrative overhead, and accelerates the time to market for healthcare payers. By partnering with Imperium Dynamics, you gain access to innovative solutions that address your challenges head on. Thank you so much for joining, everyone.
Thank you.